Hello, fellow gardeners and friends of the Humus Heritage community. As the cold winds blow and frost settles across our gardens, I want to ask you something important. Are you wasting your winter? While your garden beds lie dormant under blankets of snow or mulch, you could be setting yourself up for the most abundant spring harvest you've ever experienced. The truth is, winter isn't a time for gardeners to hibernate alongside their plants. It's actually one of the most crucial periods for building the foundation of next season's success. Today, we're diving deep into the often overlooked art of winter soil preparation, exploring the transformative steps you can take right now to guarantee a thriving garden when warm weather returns. Unlocking spring's potential through winter action. The biggest mistake gardeners make isn't planting too early or forgetting to water, it's doing absolutely nothing during winter. Many of us treat the cold months as an extended garden vacation, but this mindset costs us dearly when spring arrives. Winter is your secret weapon for building foundational soil health that simply cannot be achieved during the busy growing season. While most gardeners scramble in March and April trying to prepare beds while fighting unpredictable weather, you could be simply planting into perfectly prepared, nutrient-rich soil that's been conditioning itself for months. The difference between a garden that merely survives and one that truly thrives often comes down to what happens during these quiet, cold months when most people aren't paying attention. You know, something magical happens in your garden soil during winter that you really need to understand. Frost action, which is that repeated freezing and thawing cycle, kind of acts like nature's own tiller. As water in the soil expands when frozen and contracts when thawed, it naturally breaks down compacted clumps and those large soil aggregates into much finer particles. This process actually creates better soil structure without you even lifting a single tool. But even more fascinating is what's happening beneath the surface with your soil's microbial community. While these beneficial bacteria and fungi become dormant or, slow their activity dramatically, they don't stop working entirely. They continue their slow decomposition of organic matter, gradually releasing nutrients and improving soil structure in ways that would be pretty much impossible during the hectic growing season. This winter work is especially valuable because it happens slowly and steadily, creating stable humus that holds nutrients and moisture far better than those hastily incorporated spring amendments. Understanding nutrient dynamics during winter is equally important. Many gardeners worry about nutrient loss during cold, wet months, and honestly, this concern isn't unfounded. However, proper winter preparation actually prevents this loss and makes nutrients more available when spring arrives. When you add amendments in organic matter in winter, they have months to break down gradually through microbial action and weather cycles. This slow release means nutrients are already in plant-available forms when you need them most, rather than being locked up in raw materials that take weeks or months to decompose after spring application. Essential winter soil tasks that make all the difference. Let's start with the foundation, clearing away the remnants of last season. Remove all spent annual plants, persistent weeds, and diseased plant debris from your garden beds. This isn't just about aesthetics. Old plant material provides cozy overwintering sites for garden pests and harbors disease spores that will explode into problems next spring. However, be discerning about what you remove. Healthy, non-diseased organic matter shouldn't be discarded. Instead, add it to your compost pile, where it will transform into black gold, or use it as mulch in areas where you're not concerned about specific plant diseases. Now comes one of the most transformative steps. Incorporating finished compost or other organic matter into your soil. Spread a generous layer, about 2 to 3 inches thick, of well-aged compost, decomposed manure, or leaf mold across your entire garden area. Using a garden fork, rather than a heavy tiller, gently work this material into the top several inches of soil. This gentle incorporation respects your soil's structure and protects the intricate fungal networks that heavy tilling would destroy. The beauty of doing this in winter is that you're not working against a planting deadline. The freeze-thaw cycles will continue integrating this organic matter throughout the cold months, creating the rich, crumbly texture that plants absolutely thrive in. Cover cropping represents perhaps the most sophisticated winter soil strategy available to home gardeners. Rather than leaving soil bare and vulnerable to erosion, nutrient leaching, and compaction from winter precipitation, you plant specific crops that work for you during dormancy. Winter rye, for example, establishes quickly and develops extensive root systems that break up compacted soil layers while holding precious topsoil in place. Crimson clover and hairy vetch go beyond protection by actually pulling nitrogen from the atmosphere and storing it in root nodules, essentially fertilizing your garden for free. When spring arrives and you cut down these cover crops and gently incorporate them into the soil, you're adding substantial organic matter that's already partially decomposed and immediately beneficial. Advanced winter preparation for serious gardeners, starts with soil testing. Winter provides the perfect opportunity for accurate soil testing because nutrient levels are relatively stable without the constant fluctuations caused by plant uptake and rapid microbial activity. So, send a soil sample to your local cooperative extension service or use a quality home testing kit to determine your soil's pH and nutrient profile. Armed with this information, you can apply amendments like agricultural limestone to raise pH or elemental sulfur to lower it. These materials need several months to fully react with soil particles and create lasting change, making winter application far superior to spring adjustments that won't take effect until mid-season. Winter's dormant period also offers unprecedented access to your garden beds for construction and repair projects that would be impossible during the growing season. You can expand existing beds, build new raised structures, or completely redesign your garden layout without worrying about disturbing active plants. Don't forget your tools during this preparation period. Clean, sharpen, and repair all your gardening implements now rather than discovering a broken spade handle on the first warm planting day. Oil wooden handles, sharpen pruners and hose, and properly store everything in a dry location. Alright, so your winter action plan boils down to 3 essential priorities. First, clean and protect your soil. Second, enrich it with organic amendments and test results-based additions. And third, cover it with mulch or living cover crops. You see, these steps work synergistically to build soil structure, enhance microbial populations, and create a nutrient-rich environment. This will support vigorous plant growth from the moment you plant. The gardeners who consistently achieve extraordinary harvests aren't just lucky or more skilled, they're simply more strategic about using winter's quiet months to build an unshakable foundation for success. So, start implementing these practices today, not when spring fever hits and you're already behind. Picture this. Your future self, standing in a garden bursting with healthy, productive plants, will thank you for the winter work you're doing right now. If you found this guide valuable, please subscribe to the Humus Heritage channel and share this video with fellow gardeners who want to transform their spring results. Hey, leave a comment below telling us which winter soil preparation step you're most excited to implement. Let's build a community of gardeners who understand that the real work of abundant harvest begins in winter's quiet embrace.